All right, this is the Yeahson and CHUD show, episode number 2. I'm Yeahson. We've got CHUD
And I'm
over here.
CHUD.
So, episode 2, we're going to focus on Minnesota Vikings. It's a day after, kind of a hangover from last night. Chad and I have already spoke a little bit in depth of the game and what our thoughts were and what happened. Unfortunately, there was a lot of fires out in California.
Oh man, they had to move. Praise God for everybody who's upon that. Jeez, man. So, and thankfully Arizona stepped up and they actually paid for a lot of those people. They gave them their stadium for free.
It was cool.
Like a donation.
I'm sure a lot of people made the trip, and I know that since it is Arizona, there's a lot of Minnesota Vikings fans, since a lot of them are snowbirds and go down there every year, and it was perfect timing for that. So I think it was pretty much 50-50 for home field advantage, but it doesn't mean shit.
Feel bad, I know. We should have been louder.
It doesn't mean shit when you can only put up 9 points.
One touchdown.
One touchdown, that was it. Hawkinson late, yeah, it was crazy. And then go for 2 and don't get it. Like, there's so many mistakes, like, honestly. And, I mean, I don't even know where you want to start, Chad, because it's just a lot to discuss. I mean,
okay,
we can point out, obviously, 2 big things. Offensive line last night was horrendous. And quarterback play. I mean, 2 things.
That's good things.
That really, I feel, made the difference last night. And
well, my first thing is, all right, the Rams got the ball right away, right? So they won the coin toss. We let them go 70 yards, get a touchdown.
That was kind of a dagger. Right off the bat, considering we had one of the best defenses in the league all season long.
They looked so bad on that first drive.
First drive, we just let them just fly by us. So maybe we weren't awake at the time.
Yeah.
Still asleep, thinking about whatever. So
we get the ball, and we didn't even get a first down. We had to do a 3 and out.
3 and out, first drive.
Our first touch as an offensive team.
So now you're even more butthurt because you just let the team score, and then they go ahead and just do that to us. Like, we go 3 and out. That's just...
So now it's 7-0.
Yeah.
Then they got the ball. We come down. Our defense finally woke up. Now they stopped them to a field goal. So now it's 10-0. But then finally our offense woke up a little bit, and I think Cam Akers got like a big one. He got like a big 40-yarder. Like, that was a nice one. It got us in field goal range, and we finally got some points on the board. 3-10.
Yeah.
Come on. And then they get the ball, and the weirdest incomplete pass I've ever seen, worse than the Tom Brady tuck rule. It was Stafford, which I love Stafford.
Yeah.
I really do. He's the toughest quarterback in the league, dude. He's
been around
so
for years.
cool.
Yeah, he had really good years with Detroit. You thought maybe he hit his prime in Detroit, but apparently had another gear. He wins the Super Bowl, and
boom.
And now it's still not enough, like, you got to keep winning.
Oh, he's going to win another.
So, but good for Stafford. He's put out a long career, and, like, it was good to see him finally win a Super Bowl.
That was nice.
So, not only if Goff can win one in Detroit this year, now that would
they'll
be
be linked forever.
They would be linked forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
Traded for each other and both win Super Bowls on opposite teams.
It would never happen again in NFL history. So
that'd be a Guinness
Book one-time thing.
But either way, all right, back to the weird incomplete pass. He just chucks it at the ground. It is at the foot of his wide receiver. It's technically not intentional grounding.
Yeah.
You know, it's not because the guy's in the area. But it's the weirdest little thing I've ever seen a quarterback do. And he just invented something last night. He really, really did. It's so much better than the stupid tuck rule thing. He just chucks it. You could shovel pass. That's a pass. So he chucked it before his knees hit the ground. Oh,
Yeah,
but
I
it just
know.
bounced right up into Cashman's hand, and he ran it back for a touchdown. And one ref ruled it a fumble and a touchdown. And then they all got together, and then they finally said, "Oh, incomplete pass." It would have been 10-10
That's
at
sad.
that point.
Yeah, that would have been a big momentum swing for the Vikings.
And then we were
and
just crushed.
It didn't happen, unfortunately.
Oh.
But yeah, so I mean, that is kind of a recap of the game. I mean, is there anything in the second half? Do we need to talk about it? Because they only put up 9 points, so it's not like we can go in depth about how great the Vikings did. Honestly, they put up 9
Right.
points. It's unfortunate. I wish we could talk about Jefferson going off for 150, but that didn't happen. And then obviously Darnold, which is like the elephant in the room. You know, like how do we address Darnold? Like, he had such a great year during the regular season. He makes the Pro Bowl even, and it's like, dude, you had the 2 worst games of your whole like season. It was the last 2 games, and that's when the pressure's on the line. So to me, I feel like you're a choke artist. What are your thoughts on Darnold?
It kind of reminds me of Kirk Cousins then.
A little bit.
You know?
A little bit. Cousins did have 1 playoff win with the Vikings.
Oh, and Sam Darnold's only had 1 playoff game in his entire career.
Yeah, and we saw how well he did last night. So it's indication that me personally, I don't know what kind of mojo Kevin O'Connell's got with Daniel Jones or McCarthy. But honestly, I don't think Darnold's going to be a Viking next year. I just think he's going to take the money, max profit, whatever team's going to pay him, and he's just going to go and probably suck, honestly, because he had the best opportunity here in Minnesota. You've been given Jefferson, you've been given Hawkinson, you've been given Addison. You have all this talent. And yes, you had 14 wins, but when it comes down to crunch time, where the rubber meets the road, you can't succeed. And I'm sorry, but we don't need that. We need someone that's willing to lead a team and be clutch and be the quarterback for the next 10 years instead of be some fill-in.
Yeah. The worst thing is to be that just playoff team, get into a wild card.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, honestly, come on, Vikings, Skull, I fucking love you. But 14-3 is crazy. We're in a wild card. We should have stomped the Rams. I know Stafford's a good quarterback. I know Williams is their good running back. And Higbee got hurt in the first quarter, and I thought we were kind of coming back. Jeez, we just got killed.
You got Puka, and you got Cooper Kupp, and
yeah, Cooper Kupp really didn't do much last night.
Yeah, and then ironically enough, I think you just had the TV on for a moment. They're just saying like, "Oh, Rams are Super Bowl favorites to win it all." No, like people just love to jump on the bandwagon. Like,
Yeah.
I just think the Vikings played really bad last night, and unfortunately, the Rams played really well. But Super Bowl, I don't know. I don't think they could beat Detroit. I don't think they could beat Philadelphia.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one. They got Philly next week, so.
And Philly is weird too because their quarterback play is just finicky because Hurts will get 160 with 1 touchdown, and like Barkley, I have 200 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. It's just like those aren't the stat lines.
It's kind of like Baltimore, you know?
Yeah,
They do the same thing.
Similar to Baltimore because Lamar's always running, Henry's running, and they just move differently. They're just gonna pound you in the face and just run.
Yeah, take that.
You know, it's not the Patrick Mahomes trying to pick you apart. So it's a different style of football. So it's gonna be interesting to see in the playoffs here.
Oh man, that'll be fun.
What's gonna happen? You know,
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
I'm
what are
gonna
your
say-
thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I'm going to say the stupid Chiefs are going to stupidly find their way to the Super Bowl again.
Again?
Yep.
I hope not. But
And then I'm going to say that the Eagles are going there again, too.
Eagles?
Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. Yeah.
You know what? I just have no love for the Eagles, unfortunately.
I don't like them either.
Ever since 2018, when we had to go there and play them in the playoffs, and they were just a bunch of assholes, and I just never will forget that. So I don't like the Eagles. I will take the Lions all day, and I think they're banged up right now. They might get Hutchinson back.
Yep. He's coming back. Yep.
That's gonna be huge. You got Gibbs already, and Gibbs is already like the premium back.
Ooh.
And
he was
he's
way better
different.
than what was Jalen Williams or whatever.
Yeah, and he's different from Derrick Henry because he's more has more agility. He can catch out of the backfield. He can run the ball. Gibbs is the man. And then Montgomery got hurt, which was like the thunder and lightning that was working for him. But now it's just gonna be Gibbs. So Gibbs and Goff, and you got St. Brown, who's a stud.
Yep.
Amon St. Brown's really good, and
Yes.
Laporta was a good pickup to replace Hawkinson. That was just a gem of a pickup. So they've got a lot of things going for them, including the Campbell Gamble. And the Campbell Gamble, you never know what you're going to get with him. Obviously, if it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, you know he's going for it. It's going to be a guarantee.
Guarantee.
You got the cat involved?
Guarantee, yeah.
Right on.
So now what? What do we do? Do we sign Sam Darnold for $30 million a year? Or do we risk it on J.J. McCarthy?
Personally, I like J.J. from the beginning. I remember when he got drafted, I was really excited for him, and I thought he was going to be a big part of the Vikings offense. And I feel like Darnold, he just checked the cat.
He landed, and he did not run away.
All right. So, so McCarthy, I think, is the answer, personally. But I don't know what kind of relationship Daniel Jones has with the coach, and it's really ultimately his decision, Ken O'Connell, to make that decision on what should happen.
O'Connell seems like a smart guy. So we'll see if in practice he's going to see what Daniel Jones has in him. You know, there's a reason New York gave up on him.
Yeah.
They actually just cut him. They didn't even try to trade him.
Yeah.
That's a
good point because he's horrible. I mean, you should have succeeded with New York. You had all the opportunity, and you actually did for one season. Then you got paid for it.
Yeah.
And as soon as you got paid for it, you're just dog shit. So no one has faith in you. And O'Connell liked you on draft day, so that's why he put you on the team. But honestly, I don't see him with a future. I think it's J.J. McCarthy. I don't know why I'm so high on this kid, but I just think he's got a good chip on his shoulder. He's a good leader, and I think he can be the guy. And I think
he was a winner in college.
And he was. Yeah, he won a national championship. So it's not easy to do, and he did it. I just don't think he's got like the huge arm strength. He's no Lamar Jackson or anything like that. But I think he can do.
He could be like a. Who'd be a good one? Like a Russell Wilson or something.
The nugget, here's the nugget about it throws a little wrench in everything is apparently he just had another knee surgery, McCarthy did.
Oh, no.
So they don't know a timetable. So honestly, it's just like damaged goods. So
now we got Daniel Jones.
You might be right. We might, as a Vikings fans, we might have Daniel Jones as our starting quarterback next year. Because Darnold's going to go take max money just like Cousins did. And just leave, and then now who are we stuck with?
Well, hopefully our system works because we do got Addison and Jefferson and Hawkinson, and a good coaching. I hope so. You could just plug and play somebody. Maybe Daniel Jones comes in, be the next Case Keenum, leads us to the playoffs and we lose in the first or second round, so we don't get good draft picks.
But why? Why do we have to do this every year? Why can't we just have a guy like a Favre and Rodgers like the Packers had for all these years? Why can't the Vikings just have that? Instead, we go through all these recycled quarterbacks, and it's just been a long list, a laundry list of just shitty quarterbacks. I mean, they're not all of them are shitty.
We've tried with a few though.
No,
How about these draft picks? We had Brad Johnson, right?
Sure.
We draft Dante Culpepper.
Yep.
Culpepper, man.
For 3 years, he was good.
He could have led this team to.
Then he got injured.
Another? We had Ponder.
That was one of the worst draft picks ever. Christian Ponder.
Oh, man.
There's some stories about that dude.
That was a tough one. He was supposed to be so nice.
He was like some dork, apparently. I heard a story. I read a story. It was a while ago about Christian Ponder. And he was trying to find some girlfriend. Like, you're Christian Ponder. You're a quarterback in the NFL, and you're like a decent looking guy. Like, you shouldn't have a hard time. But he's like hitting people up about these girls and like being super awkward and stupid. And apparently now he's got Sam Ponder. So I don't know what he did. He must have improved his game down the road or something. But I just found that funny. I don't know why.
Jeez, we put a high draft pick into him.
Like, he should have all the confidence in the world, but apparently he doesn't. And then when he was in the NFL, he had no confidence. He sucked.
Oh, God.
But that's the Christian Ponder story, and that's, I mean...
There we go. We'll always go... This is only our second trial at our little podcast, and welcome again to the Yeahson show. So, let's go back to something else. How about our running back situation? Aaron Jones I think he's going to be a free agent.
I like Aaron Jones. He's going to be a free agent. I've read things that he wants to stay for sure. He enjoys the Minnesota Vikings. He enjoys the culture. And I think one more year for sure, because he had over 1,000 yards rushing. I'm not sure how many receiving yards he had, but I know he had quite a few catches.
He was a decent catcher. Yeah, he could catch up.
Definitely, Aaron Jones. So you gotta run with him one more year. Like I said, we just went huge down the deep end of the pool here about the quarterback situation. And but yeah, the running backs, I think Aaron Jones is a lock for next year. I think why would you want to get rid of him? He wants to be here.
So you want J.J. McCarthy as your quarterback, right?
I'm gonna say
he's coming out of the spring training.
Yeah,
fucking strong. What did he have? Achilles.
A JJ with an asterisk because we don't know about his knee situation.
I think it's Achilles, but maybe I'm wrong.
It's a situation to be monitoring for JJ. So yes, but Aaron Jones, yes. Cam Akers, is that what you're gonna bring him next? Sorry.
Cam Akers will be our backup. We got him from I think it was a Charger.
No, we got him from
Well, he was a Charger then a Ram. I think maybe, never mind. Who cares? He's ours now. Yeah. He's ours now.
And honestly,
Cam, you're the man. You're a sweet ass backup. Boom.
I think he had like a good ending to the season, Cam Akers, but I think he's getting a little long in the tooth. And the running back, in general, the shelf life for a running back is very small.
That's true.
So, honestly, I could see Cam going next year, and they'll bringing in some fresh legs or having a free agency or something. But also, what's our third back?
Ty Chandler.
Yeah, Ty Chandler. And I like the effort that kid gives. I've watched the Vikings for a while, and just the effort he puts into his runs when he does get the opportunity, it's refreshing and good to see that he works really hard.
Yeah, he'll be the next
He just doesn't have the talent of Derrick Henry. He doesn't have the talent of Barkley. Yeah. He is who he is.
He's kind of one of those when you switch up backs. One's the power, and then one's the lightning. Yeah,
Yeah.
So he'll be our little thunder and lightning Chandler. So that's good. So hopefully Aaron Jones can stay with us because I enjoyed his season. He did very well. He pretty much deserved all the praise.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go tight end.
You want to move the tight end? All right. Well, obviously,
Hawkinson injured till week 9.
yeah, that was a big blow to the team for sure.
So we had the backups, Oliver and Munt, fill in for Hawkinson. Josh Oliver and Munt. And Oliver, I really enjoy. I think he's really good. He's a good dude. They're both good blockers. But Hawkinson comes in. This is my take on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So Hawkinson missed, I think, 9 games. So he came in week 10. So what, he played 7 games, right? 7 games in the regular season. He seemed good. He'd catch every ball that comes to him. But every ball is like 8 yards. So I was astonished to figure out that when he got his touchdown yesterday, the only touchdown that the Vikings had was Hawkinson's first touchdown of the year. He never had a touchdown.
That's sad. So I don't know what to say about that one. And
he's supposed to be a top 5 tight end, you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he got hurt last year. It was a nasty play on the field. Blew out his knee, and he did his best to come back. And obviously he's not at 100%.
Yeah.
Hawkinson this year was like maybe a C grade.
Yeah, I'll give that.
C, maybe a D. 1 touchdown. That's like a D grade.
Well, 1 touchdown in the playoffs. So actually, that works on like his career stats, but not the season stats.
Oh.
So he played 8 games and got 0 touchdowns for us as our starting tight end.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that was my point too. Like,
Isn't that ridiculous?
That's
Isn't that ridiculous?
It's definitely a red flag for the Vikings.
And I love Hawkinson. I really do.
Yeah, concerning for sure. You hope that by next year he'd be 100%. But the team's going to be so different offensively next year, because they really need to just figure everything out. To have such a successful year and to have it fall short like it did is just such a dagger, ultimately, to a lot of Vikings fans. And I see that in the bar. We were actually at MC Pubs for the Lions and the Vikings.
Once again, shout out to MC Pub.
Yeah, we throw them in here. We're not getting paid.
We're not sponsored at all. Don't.
So don't get it twisted. But just honestly, just watching the crowd and stuff, it just was like a dejected Vikings crowd fan. And like, you've been a part of these your whole life, and it's just like, everybody's trying to like pick each other up, and it's just, everybody's just negative. It sucks.
It does suck.
You know?
Yeah, that's life. All right,
that's
fucking moving on.
Such is life.
Fucking wide receivers now.
All right.
Sorry for swearing. I know we're gonna only be on YouTube. I'll clean it up.
Apologize.
I'll clean
You
it
don't need to
up.
apologize.
All right,
JJ.
wide receivers. We're gonna start with JJ Jefferson. Ready? Jefferson just now set the record this year for the most yards that any wide receiver has ever gotten in their first 5 years of professional football.
He's insane.
7,500 plus yards. The great beats Jerry Rice, beats Randy Moss, beats Michael Irvin. He's got the most yards ever, but really nothing to show for it but Pro Bowl.
He is arguably one of the best receivers, but once again, you need to have a good team in order to win games. So he is a great player. He makes great catches. And he's fast. He's got all the tools you need to be a great wide receiver. He's got it. He is the shit. However, like we learned with Randy Moss, when you just have one player that's a wide receiver and you just try going to him all the time or whatever, it doesn't work out. You need a team. So thankfully we do have an Addison, we do have an Hawkinson, that we can distribute, because that's how it works. Like if you want your star player to be good, you need to have other options, because everybody will just key on your star player like a Jefferson.
So we're gonna focus on we have all these weapons,
We
right?
do. We have a lot of weapons.
So why is our O-line suck so much? And why does Sam Darnold hold on to the ball for 7 seconds every play?
I mean, I wish I had
You
an
know-
answer for that. Honestly, the O-line I thought was decent until last night. I didn't know we had that many leaks since we did win 14 games, so we must have been doing something right along the way. So I don't know how this Minnesota vibe or culture, I mean, I've been a part of it, but it collapses at the end, and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the offensive line being that bad, honestly. I know that
Sam Darnold was running for his life
He
all
was.
game long. They got sacked. All right. The Rams sacked us 9 times. We sacked them 2. They sacked us 9 times. We only had 9 points.
9 times?
9! 9!
times.
But seriously, they
no.
had as many sacks as we had offensive points.
And
That is redonkulous.
honestly, that's where the game was lost, right there.
Jesus. And the turnovers. The turnovers suck.
We should turn the light on.
I don't know. Sure. Yeah, let's hit it. All right. Changing modes.
All right, we're just enlightening the mood here because it's getting a little dark here. There we go. Now you can see us. Here we are.
You can see us. All right, here we are. You're listening to us anyway while
yeah.
you go to sleep, so who gives a shit about our faces?
No, honestly, yeah, just to recap, just to get off a little of Vikings talk here, I just honestly that we put that first episode just for funsies out there, and we got 100 views in a couple days, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, thank you for that.
I don't know, obviously it's not anyway, it was good times. I mean, it was good to see that, and
Up top.
and we'll see where it goes. I mean, we can always just build from
Yeah.
this for sure.
Please like us. It's cool.
And
We're just trying to make entertainment.
honestly, we just went on for we're almost at 30 minutes, Chad. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
we could do that.
We could think of things to just to keep it a 30-minute.
Oh man,
In that 30 minutes, we could work on just kind of closing here.
you're bringing it hot. We gotta follow with a good 2-minute closing to have everybody be okay. Because our first one, honestly, yeah, we didn't have the space, and we ended abruptly. So this time we would like to sign out.
Right.
Kind of professionally. We're trying to be better.
Yeah.
Please watch us.
How about let's just end with overall thoughts on the Vikings. Just give us our overall of what you think in the direction we're going, and then I'll do the same, and we'll end it like that.
Okay. So, a 14-3 season, way better than we ever thought they were going to be. It's above average. It's very, I mean, I can't explain enough how much those 17 weeks meant to me. The last 2 weeks really sucked, but
Yeah.
they were wonderful, and they kept my Sundays fun. So I'll always be a Vikings fan through and through. So
Great, yeah, I like that. I was able to get out a lot this football season, so I was able to get the vibe from bars and just a Minnesota vibe. And honestly, it was a very high vibe this year. I saw a lot of people out with purple Vikings gear on at the bars. A lot of momentum we had going, and then, like I said, I mentioned earlier, to all of it just kind of fall away in a couple weeks. Kind of sucks. But overall, great season. Hopefully we can improve, and hopefully we can figure out the quarterback situation, which is definitely a dire need to figure out. Some bigger decisions to be made by people that know football better than us. So hopefully, hopefully they can make some good decisions on what.
If you know
our
better than
future
us,
holds.
let us know. We'd like to know.
But Yeahson and CHUD here, we just want to, I think our goal was 3 episodes, 30 minutes each. So, hey, we're almost at 30 minutes now, and we got one in before, so we're going to start there. CHUD,
Boom.
anything
Chakalaka.
else for us?
We're signing out. Chad.
Yeahson. And
CHUD then.
Tuesday
All right.
night, so MC Pubs if you want to see us live and try taking our money or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, once again, poker, man. Cool. We'll
So,
bet on anything. Let's
right
go.
on.
You're the best. We love you.